Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all things collection numeral un, or number one. This is the latest launch by Chanel. It just launched yesterday actually, so I visited my local boutique and I picked up most of the collection. So I have quite a few pieces here. I'm going to unbox everything, talk a little bit about the products, demonstrate of course, and then I will share my initial thoughts or my first impression of the collection overall. Numero un is a more sustainable, more natural anti-aging skincare, makeup, and fragrance line from Chanel. It's the first of its kind, so it's very exciting. And the backbone ingredient, sort of the hero, star of the show in all of these products, is the red camellia flower. You can read up on all of the benefits and all of the research done on the red camellia on Chanel.com. They have a ton of great informational videos, which I will make sure I link down below in case you're interested in the line. Let me go ahead and show you what I picked up. So I purchased the Red Camellia Revitalizing Cream. They also have a lotion. The cream is refillable, which I like. If I love the cream and I want to refill it, it's less expensive. I would much rather have the cream. Although I do prefer a pump to a jar typically. I just like the idea of the cream, so I went with that. I also picked up the B30 Red Camellia Revitalizing Foundation. This is on my face today. Here I have the Red Camellia Revitalizing Serum and Mist. I skipped the serum for now. I do have a little sample so I can try it, and I felt it on the back of my hand, which we're going to talk about all of these products in a minute, but I did go ahead and pick up the Serum and Mist because this sounded really interesting and I don't have anything else like it. This is the Revitalizing Fragrance Mist, of course. I was so excited to learn that there was a fragrance as part of the line, so could not miss out on that. Here I have the Red Camellia Revitalizing Eye Cream. I'm always in the market for eye creams. I have so many of them, but there's not one that I've ever tried that I'm like, okay, yes, you are the one. I'm sticking with you and I'm going to continue to restock. So sort of always interested in trying new eye creams. And then I also picked up two of the Red Camellia Revitalizing Lip and Cheek Balms. There are several different shades to choose from. Beautiful shade range, and I will pop up some video because I was able to swatch all of them in store. But I just love these colors, so I went with the Healthy Pink, number 2, and Lively Rosewood, number 5. These stood out to me the most, but I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. And then I also have a few samples here. So this is the cleanser. It's a powder to foam cleanser, which sounds really cool. She demonstrated in store. Ooh, she gave me a little sample. Really interesting. I have a couple Chanel cleansers that I want to finish first. I thought about purchasing this, but then I thought, you know what? Let's not be wasteful. Let me finish the cleansers I have because this line is not limited edition. It's worth noting, so don't feel like you have to rush out and purchase all of these products right away. You can wait until you finish what you have and then just replace them with these new products if you're interested in trying them. No pressure. They also threw in a sample of this eye cream, which is very cute. It comes in this little red camellia. I bought the eye cream, but it's always nice to have a little sample. I'll save that for travel. And then I have a couple gifts with purchase, which Chanel sometimes does for the launch of a big collection, something as huge as this. This says, with compliments of Chanel. Let's open this one first. It's, ooh, a headband. It has a red camellia on it. How cute. It's so soft. It says Chanel number 1 on the inside. And then there's one more little gift here. This is a little pouch. And it's lined. It's a terry cloth lined pouch. How pretty. And then they threw in the other sample that I wanted. So it is an empty pouch. You know how much Chanel loves their empty pouches. But I like that it's lined with terry cloth. So I guess if you have a gym bag or maybe for travel, you can throw in any little skincare samples in here and kind of use this for organization. So I love that. This is the serum. When I was in the boutique yesterday shopping around, kind of picking and choosing my products, I learned that this line has been 17 years in the making. So it is not something that they just came up with a couple years ago and decided to create it, it's taken 17 years to get to the point of launch. And all of the research was done in Chanel's Open Sky laboratory. That's where they develop all of the essences and natural ingredients in all of the skincare and makeup. They harvest 2,000 species of camellia, and what they found was that the red camellia in particular blooms during the wintertime. It's the only one that does. So it's a very resilient flower, which is what inspired their research and their science, and they've developed this essence, the extract from the red camellia flower, which is why it is now the key ingredient in this collection. Not only do we have a new hero ingredient, but the entire line is formulated with up to 97% naturally derived ingredients, including 76% from the camellia flower. And the packaging is designed to be more sustainable to minimize the carbon footprint. Even the ink used on the packaging is organic ink. And you'll notice they've gone completely away from the cellophane wrapping, which they used to have on all of their skincare, and they no longer include pamphlets inside. Instead, what you have is a little QR code on all of these boxes right here. So this is where you have all of the ingredients, any information that would have been in that pamphlet, you just scan the code, which is pretty cool. Another cool thing about the cream, when you open it up, all of the jars are a really lightweight glass. But this top right here is made from recycled ingredients, mostly from the camellia flower. The ink right here is organic, and they tried to use as many recycled materials to create the packaging as possible. So I think this is really exciting. Now, the one con I would say about more natural ingredients is that you have to use them up a lot faster. So these aren't going to have the same shelf life as other products that are pumped full of preservatives. I'm not saying one is good or bad, but just something worth noting. If you purchase these products and you open them up, make sure you intend to use them completely and not just throw them in the drawer or forget about them or go ahead and start using a different skincare item, because when you go back to it, it's going to lose the efficacy. It's not going to work as well, but also it might just be expired by then. So plan to go through these products as soon as you open them up. I'm going to go through each of these products one by one, and I'm going to present them in the order in which I applied them to the face. That way I can insert video of the demonstration. I start with the mist, which retails for $95, and it comes in a 1.7 fluid ounce bottle. As you can see, it's a biphase formula, so you have to give it a really nice shake every single time you use it. It says to spritz twice horizontal and twice vertical, and then press into the skin to help it absorb. I didn't want to press it into my skin, so I just sprayed this all over my face and just let it absorb naturally. I can already tell it's added such a glow to my face. Just that one step. If you have really dry skin, this would be an amazing essence or toner in the mornings, because it does have a little oil in there. So you give it a really nice shake and it will just lightly mist your face, giving you a lot of hydration as kind of the perfect prep step underneath makeup. I could instantly see a glow to my skin whenever I spritz this on. So I think this is a genius product for anybody who has really dry skin. You could use this on top of your moisturizer, your serum, your other skincare items. But if you're somebody with really oily skin, maybe you want just a hint of moisture, but you don't like to go in with heavy creams in the morning, you could just use this. Next, I'm going to unbox the Red Camellia Revitalizing Cream. This retails for $110. It is refillable, and the refill is $100. So you do save about 10%. It has 1.76 ounces of product, and the texture is pretty thick. I would describe this as a cream riche texture if you're familiar with other lines from Chanel, the other skincare lines. It's not so rich and heavy. It's not like a creme de la mer in that you have to almost warm it up in your hands. So it does glide really nicely on the skin, but it is a little bit more rich. So I could see somebody with really dry skin, more mature skin using this. I could see somebody with maybe just dry skin seasonally use this during the winter months, and maybe use the lotion during spring, summer months if your skin tends to get really dry. It's described as a velvety face cream concentrated with the red camellia extract and red camellia oil that visibly smooths the appearance of wrinkles and leaves skin feeling soft with a youthful glow. The cream feels amazing. I really like this texture. I have combination skin. I live in a very humid climate, so I typically don't use products that are really heavy, especially during the day. Feels very hydrating, almost a little bit tacky, similar to the serum. But after a minute or so, it should fully absorb. I maybe used a teeny tiny bit too much. It does maintain a little bit of a tack to it. It's not tacky, it's not really sticky, but I think it would grip makeup. I think this would be beautiful daytime. When I tried the serum on my hand in store, I kind of felt the same way. Like, you can tell that there is oil in the product, so you have to smooth it around a little bit. A really nice glide, really great slip. But then as it dries down, it starts to feel a little bit tacky before it completely absorbs into the skin. So you're not going to want to apply this and then go directly on top with makeup. If you're using it daytime, I would recommend letting it sit on the face. Give it some time to penetrate the skin, dry down a little bit more, and then go on top with your makeup. The next step to my ritual is eye cream. So this is the Red Camellia Revitalizing Eye Cream. The jar has 0.5 ounces of product inside, and this eye cream retails for $75. It's a refreshing gel cream that moisturizes the delicate eye area for brighter appearance, and it also says anti-dark circle, anti-puffiness, and smoothing. I really like the texture of this eye cream, and it is definitely a gel cream. I was surprised by how much lighter the eye cream was than the face cream, because usually my eye cream is a little bit thicker, a little bit more rich than the face cream. But I actually really like the texture. I think because it is a little bit lighter, it's going to be perfect day or night, and I still felt like it was intensely hydrating. I think it's the perfect consistency. All of the products smell incredible. There is a very light fragrance. I don't know if it comes from the botanical or if there's added fragrance, but I really like the smell. For me, it's not overwhelming. My face feels very hydrated, so does my under eye. But in general, my entire face almost has a little bit of a cooling sensation, just a little bit. I don't know if it's maybe some sort of reaction to the products. Maybe it's because I'm using them for the very first time and my skin's not used to it. Doesn't feel bad, it feels really nice. That's it for skincare. My face is now prepped, so we're moving on to makeup. This is the #1 Red Camellia Revitalizing Foundation. It has 1 fluid ounce, which is the standard amount per bottle, and this retails for $70. It's available in 20 different shades, and I did get a nice peek at the shade range when I was in store. There are a lot of light shades, there are several darker shades. I don't think this exterior packaging of the samples really does the line justice, because there were a lot of shades in the middle and then a lot of deeper shades before it gets to the end where you have some really nice, truly deep shades. It's described as a buildable foundation with a luminous finish. Enriched with red camellia oil and moisturizing ingredients, the formula softens skin and helps protect against environmental aggressors. 2 pumps. Right now I've applied foundation to half of my face, so this half has foundation, this half does not, and I knew it was meant to be lightweight, more natural, so I wanted to apply it with my fingers so I didn't steal any product by using a sponge or a brush. It applies really easily. Actually, when you pump it on the back of your hand, you think it's a cream texture, but when you feel it and when you start to apply it with your fingers, it's actually very light. It's very difficult to describe because it looks a lot creamier and maybe full coverage than it truly is. But it just kind of glides on the skin. I think this might be one of their most natural foundations. The first foundation that comes to mind that I would compare this to, I think they're pretty similar, would be the little Le Beige Tinted Moisturizer that comes in the beige bottle that you have to give a little shake. That would be comparable to this in terms of texture, although I believe that tinted moisturizer is a little bit runnier. But I would say in terms of texture, level of hydration, and the amount of coverage you get, Very similar to the tinted moisturizer. I'm curious to see how it applies with a brush, so on this side I'm going to use the brush. And this is a BK Beauty 101. I actually prefer this side. I'm used to applying foundation with a brush. This side was okay, and I actually think it took me a little bit longer to get it nice and smooth because it was a little bit streaky, so I had to go back and blend and pat with my fingers. Whereas this looks perfectly even, perfectly smooth, and I don't think it stole too much product at all. In fact, this actually looks a little bit more full coverage over here. But the entire complexion is glowing. This is a very luminous, kind of glowy, very dewy skin foundation finish. So if you have combination oily skin, I would probably steer clear from this foundation. If you have dry skin or even normal skin, I think this could be your best friend. Not emphasizing pores, texture, nothing. And I can't see it sitting on the skin, which I like. I'm gonna wait a couple days, wear it on my skin, give a true dedicated review later on. I would like to test this out and compare it with the Le Beige Tinted Moisturizer, the CC Cream, although I think the CC Cream is very different from this, but also the Sublimage Le Tint I think could be very comparable, but this would be a fraction of the cost since that foundation is, I think it's 150, 135 versus the 70. Both of them are meant to be anti-aging, so I'd be very curious to see the difference side by side, what they look like on the skin. Here we have the Red Camellia Revitalizing Lip and Cheek Balm. I picked up 2 shades. These are really pretty. I just like the texture so much. They're nice and buttery but pigmented. They remind me a lot of maybe the Rouge Coco Balm but in a pot form. So I picked up 5 Lively Rosewood and number 2 Healthy Pink. Just like the foundation, the lip and cheek has a balmy, very dewy finish. So I wanted to make sure to apply this before anything else, especially powder. I can tell that the Healthy Pink has a little bit more warmth. It's a little bit peachier versus the Rosewood. I think both are really nice. I would be nervous to apply this on top of full coverage, like a full face of makeup, and then to apply this type of blush because I think it would probably break down. It would definitely break down through powders. That looks really pretty on the lips. Wow. I thought I was going to prefer it on the cheek, but I actually think I prefer it on the lips. The color is incredible. That Healthy Pink is kind of that perfect, shiny nude. I would wear this every single day. I quickly finished my makeup off camera, and this is the complete makeup look for the day. Again, very soft and natural. I used a lot of the pieces from the spring collection. I basically recreated the exact makeup look, the eye look that I created in my spring makeup tutorial. So I will make sure that I link that video down below. Check it out in case you missed it. But that is the eye look that we have going on. The face was basically done. I just added a little concealer, bronzer, and powder. All of the products will be listed down below in the description box. But I think it came together really nicely. And now that I've finished the makeup, I can get a better sense of the foundation, and I really like it. It does not look dry at all, even with a pretty matte concealer and matte powder. My skin just looks really hydrated. The blushes and the foundation both have a very dewy finish, so you have to really like dew, glow, light reflection to appreciate these products. I love the lip. In fact, this is probably going to be maybe my everyday lip. I think it would look really nice, even layered on top of maybe a nude lipstick as a gloss. It feels really hydrating on the lips. It feels just like the balms, maybe even a little bit better than the new lip balms. I just really like it. I wish it didn't come in a pot, but that's okay. I have so many little spatulas. I could easily just put this in a little baggie with this spatula and throw it in my purse. So not a big deal there. I do also really like it on the cheek. I think it looks really nice on the cheek. It also looks really nice on the lips. And in a pinch, I think it is nice to have a multi-use product. You know, if you're somebody who's very minimal and you just want a very small makeup bag, something like this would be perfect. It also reminds me a lot of kind of beachy vacation makeup, you know, those trips where you're not going to take a ton of stuff because you're going to be outside, you're going to be at the beach, you're going to be doing other things. You don't really want to worry about your makeup, but you still want a little something. A product like this would be really nice to have. The last product I have to unbox is the Revitalizing Fragrance Mist. This is a 3.4 fluid ounce bottle and it retails for $110. It's described as an energetic burst of citrus and red berries. The scent unfurls into a heart of jasmine and rose, the iconic signature of the house's fragrance, along with comforting iris and musk notes. So this is meant to be a light, kind of everyday, spritz with abandon, eau de cologne type of fragrance. And it does smell very lightweight, but kind of smells like the rest of the line. If you're familiar with that Le Beige smell or that Hydra Beauty smell, kind of reminds me of this. I guess maybe that's what the Camellia smells like. Because Hydra Beauty also has Camellia. It has the blue ginger PFA and Camellia, not the red Camellia, but it has a similar scent and it's really nice. I've had people ask me before if there was a fragrance from Chanel that was the fragrance from their makeup line. This is it. It's very similar. But I think it is very beautiful. I love the mister. It's very light. This is something that you can kind of spritz on as soon as you get out of the shower. It's floral, but it's not too floral. It's really not overly sweet. Just kind of smells light and fresh. So overall, my initial thoughts on this collection is that it's really beautiful. It makes me very excited. I'm excited because I think Chanel did a wonderful job with this launch, but I also think it just marks a real turn in the beauty industry when a huge player in the game like Chanel starts to make that transition to sustainable packaging and natural ingredients. It's almost a domino effect, and other big brands are going to take note. Of course, Dior has been making these changes in their skincare line for a long time, and a lot of other luxury brands are starting to transition to at least refillable packaging, but also paying attention to ingredients. I think this is just a really great sign of things to come, and I think this is probably just the beginning. I mean, it's numero un. Of course, it's a first impression, so I'm not really going to be able to tell a huge difference with the skincare until I've had several weeks to use it. They feel really amazing on the skin. I can tell you that right now. The skincare feels incredible. This will be very easy to integrate into my morning routine. I'll probably stick with my evening skincare products because I like to use a lot of retinols and active ingredients, but for daytime, this cream will be perfect, and the eye cream could be day or night. I think it's really, really nice. I'm going to wear this makeup all day long, so if I notice anything funny after a few hours, I will make sure I pin a comment and I will leave you any updated thoughts. But I'm going to test the foundation for a couple more days, and then I will do a thorough review, kind of a dedicated review to the foundation later on. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you picked anything up, if you've tried anything, let us know your thoughts. That completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be listed down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.